Hi, Arielle. So
Hi.
what was your motivation to come to the summit today?
Well, I come straight away from New York, where
yeah.
I was in the negotiations for a treaty to ban nuclear weapons, to prohibit nuclear weapons, and these negotiations are extremely positive. So I'm very happy to bring here the good news.
Yeah.
There will be a treaty to prohibit nuclear weapons. It should be completed on July 7, so in 1 or 2 days. And the treaty now looks really strong, very clear. It prohibits what we want, I mean, all nuclear weapons activity, production, stockpiling, etc. And it includes a process for nuclear weapon states to join the treaty.
Yeah.
So that's really going to be a very interesting tool for civil society to strengthen a big campaign, especially in umbrella states, all the ones that are, all the states, in fact, that are against this ban treaty, the nuclear weapon states and their friends, their allies, that include nuclear weapons in their security doctrines. So that is going to be a very good tool for us to come to them and say, look, this weapon is now prohibited. It's prohibited by 130 states, at least. So you are out of law and we want you to sign this treaty. So that's good.
And why are especially these countries with nuclear weapons against the ban treaty?
Well, I think, nuclear weapons are a privilege, really outrageous. That comes from the Second World War and a period where people had in mind, this genocide background and the fact that you should accumulate weapons and that in order to provide you security. So that has been the whole spirit of the Cold War. And these countries are still thinking in the same old way, that you need these terrible weapons that can just destroy all life on Earth to ensure their own security, which we all know that security can't be for one state. You have security for all or no security, and these weapons are really putting us very much insecure.
So do you think there's a chance that this treaty catches also countries with nuclear weapons when they now have the possibility to join the ban treaty? Will they join or someday or maybe?
It's going to be a game changer. So we will see what happens directly, but I think what we already see, it's a very interesting tool for civil society. For example, the Red Cross also is very much on this treaty. So it's a big movement. They have also campaigns everywhere. So we can build trade unions, religious leaders. We can build a broad community with, of course, the states that have already on board. Can build a big community and make the pressure much harder for the nuclear weapon states. And hopefully they will join. The campaign, for example, in the UK is really strong. So we will have Kate coming or Dave coming soon to explain us what's going on, taking place there with the Scottish independence. And so there are really important moves that we can do. And I think in Germany we should really address the nuclear weapons that are based here and kick them out of the country. This will really be helpful to get rid of the whole spirit that keeps nuclear weapons.
Yeah. So who had the idea? Who started the ban treaty? Do you know?
Well, we can put the very start of that in a speech of the Red Cross president in 2009. And then we managed civil society leaders and campaigners and to put in the final text of the NPT treaty in 2010 the idea that because of their terrible humanitarian consequences, nuclear weapons should be prohibited or something like that. And from there we changed the game. We changed the discourse. We built a new discourse based on the humanitarian concerns of these weapons, on the effects of the weapon, not on their supposed qualities and the fact that they with deterrence, provides peace, you know. Far from this, just, you know, focusing on the weapon and their effects. And their effects are so terrible. And we know much more since 2010, lots of studies and findings have come out, both on the consequences that we know now are terrible, and even for one explosion, it's never going to be the same. Yeah. And second, about the risk. The risk of accidents is so high that each day we can say we are lucky that there is no catastrophe. So we need to eliminate them as soon as possible, and for that we need a broad civil society campaign.
Do you think the movement against nuclear weapons is getting stronger now? Are there more people against it? Or how many people even know about the ban treaty? Is it in the news?
I think the nuclear weapon states have kept this very silent and their own field of expertise, and they prevent civil society and democracy to get in the debate with them. That's have been the case everywhere. In none of those 9 countries that have nuclear weapons, there have been a real democratic consultation about acquiring the weapons. Yeah. So in France, 3 people took this decision around the goal. That was it. That nobody was consulted, and then we had the weapon. So that's really the mind of these weapons. They are the symbol of domination, but the worst one, the one that can genocide and ecocide the earth. So now we need people to know more about it. We need them to know that there is a tool, a concrete tool to go toward elimination, and that, you know, even, you know, just put your attention in it, focus on this. 5 minutes, go to the international campaign to abolish nuclear weapons, ICAN website, just know more about it, make a few clicks here and there, and we will get there, because you know, it's just a matter of moving a bit.
Yeah, I can give an example of Germany. For example, the Stop Rammstein campaign against the base is also against nuclear weapons. Yeah. And in this, in this peace camp for 5 days, we make a trip to Bücher, and there they block Bücher, the air-based Bücher, for many weeks now, and we will help them one day to block the airbase. And the aim is to get these nuclear weapons of the USA out there that don't belong to Germany, that nobody wants to have here inside, and only these 3 people of the government.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
We see. Good work.
So let's get there.
Let's get there.
And a big, you know, on the 7th, when we have the treaty, we should make a big noise about it.
I wish you the best success.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Thank you.